Good morning, good morning, good morning, Virgos. Good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're deciding to watch this. Happy new moon today. Yeah, we got a new moon. And I'm going to be doing your reading for the 4th through the 10th of October today. Now, just so you guys know that if you're new, I am a different kind of tarot, and because I'm getting some comments that are not disturbing, but low vibrational, and it's like, anyway, I'm a different type of tarot, and it is a general reading. So some of you guys that come in and ask questions, please understand it is a general reading. It may resonate with you, it may not. But my tarot is a motivational type tarot. So whatever you're going through, whatever questions you have, it's my job from divine to give you some motivation or hopefully some solutions, some ideas to help you through that process. So please understand that, because I'm starting to get messages that that's not why I'm here. I'm not a psychic. I am clairvoyant. I am an empath. I'm extremely intuitive. I have other gifts of vibrations and feelings and all that kind of stuff. So if you're going to want a psychic, I am not the tarot for you. I am clairvoyant at times. And that's the thing, is our gifts as supernatural are, gifted at times. If somebody says I can call on divine, it can do it, tell you everything, then I'd be questioning that, because gifts are given for a timely manner, and it's not our timing, it's divine's timing. So just understand that about my tarot. And if it isn't for you, it isn't for you. But here we are trying to give you some motivation and some solutions for the problems that you're going through, or a heartache, or trouble, or whatever you're trying to figure out. All right. So let's get started. These are upside down. Yeah, just exactly this, where somebody's having a problem trying to make a decision, and I'm looking at some of the things to why you might be having already a problem in making a decision about something. All right. So, and this could be a person, it could be a place, it could be a thing, it could be a move, it could be a love, it could be work, it could be all kinds of things. All right. So, and yes, I am in my leather shop, you guys. For those of you that watch, it's like, hey, you're not in your room. No, my daughter is sort of taking over the office, but I will go back in there every now and then when she's not either sleeping or studying, because I want to make her succeed in what she's doing as well. All right. And I don't get paid for this. So it's just something I want to help her with. All right. So let's get started. So for those of you that don't know me, your first card out is the Divine's card. This is a message to you about a struggle or something that you're having in your life. This is the number 7, because I do mix numerology, astrology, and my intuitiveness into the reading, as well as getting downloads from Divine. So this is about great big love. Okay. And I am going to read that one. If I have the book out here, I don't have the book, but it's basically about, I thought I did. I don't. Oh, no, I don't. But the big love is Divine's love. Okay. It's a spiritual love. It is something that you cannot wrap your mind around, because we cannot understand how big this love is, because it is unconditional. And most of us do not even know what unconditional love is, because there's always a condition, because it's a flesh kind of love. It's an earth kind of love. So what he's trying to say is, I want you to understand, whatever you're going through, it's going to be fine. It's the number 8. So this is definitely about probably more balance and some improvement in your life. And then we have your current energy is the magical map shifter. It's the number 7. Again, I said that in the very beginning, your first card out came down, and it is a time to make a decision about something. And how are you making that decision? Are you making it based from your mind? Are you making it based from your spirit? Because the star is your second card up. So, and the third card is the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is definitely really holding you. You're really trying to focus in on it. Maybe if you release the focus a little bit and sort of relax a little bit, your answer will come to what you need. But you're sort of tumbling through life in your decisions. And it's time to find a focus in that, in what decisions you have to make. Okay, thank you for the downloads. Uh, we have the future energy is the field of dreams. Field of dreams is about acknowledging the things that you do want, things that you do want to prioritize, things of what is going to make you joy filled, that kind of a thing here. A field of dreams is where we can dream, and this thing is we can make our dreams come true if we actually put a mindset of moving forward into that. And so a lot of the times when we have a hard time making decisions, that is between our head and our spirit. And our spirit is saying one thing and our head is saying another thing. And this is where the confusion comes in. Now, if you look at the star is facing the Two of Swords, and that would mean that they really want you to have the blessings or rewards that are in your life. However, you're struggling with it. So somebody doesn't really know themselves as well as they think. Somebody is actually thinking they know themselves, but they really don't. Okay, and this is time for to figure this out. Now we're in Mercury retrograde until the 16th of October. This is a time of really hard communication, hard focus, hard looking at everything about us internally. But Mercury retrograde is actually about self-talk, because Mercury is about communication. So it's about self-talk. It's also about self-talk to somebody else, getting that elephant out of the room, as we've said before. So the Page of Wands is at the center of your reading, but it is facing the Five of Swords. So there is something in communication. We got a lot of swords here. And you know what I'm finding out in all the readings this week is there is a lot of swords, means truth. So, and that would make sense with Mercury retrograde and what the planets are doing in the new moon, because it is about getting to the truth, getting to the bottom, getting the facts, getting the actual, like it's when people talk about the vaccine or whatever they're talking about. I'll say the vaccine today because they don't know squat about what's even in it. They just put it in their arm. But wouldn't you like to know what's in it? That's the facts, okay? That's all it is. It's just facts. Let's get down to the facts. And that's what's going on in this communication thing right now, is that we want to really look at what the facts are. So you're putting up your boundaries, but do you even know yourself? Because a lot of the times when we are spinning the wheel and picking out of flesh rather than spirit, we're just picking because we don't really know what we want or what we desire. Again, we have two, wow, the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands is really facing this dilemma. So if somebody's in a real dilemma with someone, now this could be, I don't think this is work. We got all swords here, all swords. Wands are going to be Mercury energy. Okay, that's the new moon and Mercury energy. But everything else other than the major arcana of the star is swords, because your last card out is Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is your challenge card. And why is it your challenge card? Because you're not taking the rest. You're not doing what you need to do for your body, because you're so stressed out about what you're going through. Okay, that doesn't help your body. When you worry so much and you stress so much, it does not help your body. How does that help your body? But you're like, well, yeah, but I got this big problem. Give it to divine. Give it to God. And you know what? I do this every night before I go to bed. It's like whatever I have heavy on my heart that day, it says, you know what? I need the rest. I need to sleep. So you take it for tonight. And if you want to do something while I'm sleeping, then do something. And if not, then I'll deal with it in the morning, but I need my rest. And boom, I'll be asleep in 2 seconds. But if I don't do that, then I start mulling things over in my head and I try to handle them. And then I end up like this. So I don't do that anymore to myself, because I need the physical rest, because my job and what I do is very demanding of my body, my mind, and my spirit, because I have to be very articulate, because some people do not like me to talk about spiritualism or spiritual things or my gifts or anything like that. So I have to really be cognitive in my day job not to talk about anything like that. So it is really a challenge through the day. But at the end of the day, I need my rest. So somebody's not getting their rest. They're really too focused. They're really not taking care of their body. They're not eating well. They're eating more junk, more junk food, that kind of a thing. So what I'm going to say right here now, somebody is really, really fighting to stand up for themselves. And they're trying to make a decision. Now, I could say that this is somebody like with a partner trying to decide that they want to leave. It isn't, there's no pentacles in there. So if it was a job, I would say trying to decide which way to go, leave the job or not. If you're not happy in a job and you are not successful in creating more joy and peace and calmness through that job, it's time to leave. It's time to leave. So, but also too, it's your decision making. So somebody's decision making, there's a lot to decide on. However, it is something that you really have to get on. Where are you making your decisions from? Here or here? Spirit wants to give you the decisions, but you don't want to pay attention to them. I don't know who that is. Okay. So I'm also going to look at somebody's past energies. I don't know who this is going to be for, because with these, this is all about truth, guys. The swords are all about truth or deceit. So is somebody, really pushing to get the truth from something, or is somebody deceiving you, deceiving you, and you're trying to get away from it, or trying to figure out, are they deceiving me? Okay. So we got the world in reverse for somebody's past. What that means is that somebody is not paying attention to everything that they could have. Because if you're given the world, that is unconditional. It keeps going, it keeps being offered, but somebody is not. And the reason why, if you look at her in the very center, what is she holding on to? She's holding on to wands. Wands are in a lot of different faiths and religions. It is the connection to the second dimensional realm, or divine, or God. It's your connection, the staff, the rod, the pole, whatever you want to call it. However, she's holding on to those, so she's keeping a connection to her spiritual side, her relationship with divine. Somebody is not, because this is in reverse. So somebody is definitely making decisions through their head and what they believe in earth, and not for what they really should be having. So this is a time to really begin to acknowledge what you want. Really acknowledge what you want. All right. Okay. So let's go through and see. So there is something coming towards you. I don't know what it is. Definitely has, maybe somebody's coming up to you to share their story, share their truth, share something with you that is of importance, or they've put you. Oops, I'm so sorry. Or they've put you in the middle of it. Maybe you're talking to somebody, two people, and suddenly they put you in the middle of it, and you're trying to decide how to get out of it or how not to deal with it, because it's adding stress for somebody. And this is all about something. It's sort of like somebody was told something, and please don't share it with them, and then it puts you in the middle, and that doesn't make you feel very comfortable at all. At all. Yeah, definitely. So we have the three again, we've got threes. So we start to need to be acknowledging that these things are happening, and we really need to start deciding where we're going to make our decisions from. Star is saying go for it, make a, no matter what it comes, whatever decision that you're trying to make, or whatever you're trying to figure out, if they're coming back, if they're, do they love me, that kind of a thing. This is the time to communicate. This is really the time to communicate with Mercury energy, because this is definitely, you're looking at your future, but somebody is actually trying to become more stable in their finances. And in a relationship, I feel like there's somebody in the middle. They're trying to figure out, okay, are they going to make the money? Are they not going to make the money? Is this something I want? Is this somebody I want to be with? Am I going to struggle? That kind of a thing. This is sort of somebody coming to you saying, hey, what about so-and-so? Well, they're in a financial situation. They're really not stable in that. But the King of Pentacles says they will be. Okay, so the King of Pentacles says they will be. For somebody there out there as a Virgo, very pessimistic, you're always looking at the negative. And so when you're making this decision, how are you making that decision? You're focusing in on the low vibrations, low energies, and that right there will keep you stuck in those low vibrations and low energies. Okay, so you have to turn that mindset around. Again, that's what's keeping you up at night. That is keeping you from not eating well, sleeping well, thinking well. It's sort of like you've broken a little bit in your thinking process just for the moment, because we always can change our thinking process. But we're trying to get there. So the only way to turn that around is start thinking about the pros of what you can do, pros and what you can have, pros that you can. And what I mean by that is start thinking about, yes, I can do this. Yes, I can have this. The pros and cons, stop thinking of the cons. You're looking at, well, I don't have the money. Well, he hasn't called me in three weeks, or she hasn't called me in 3 weeks, or, I don't know if I'm gonna, marry them or whatever. You need to really start looking at the positives and what you can do again to make that happen, because without you moving, nothing will happen. Without you moving your feet, without you moving your mindset to that forward goal, that forward moving, it's not going to happen. You have to keep moving. Divine says move, or I can't help you. I don't know which way you want to go. I don't know what you want. Well, Divine knows, but he's like, until you move, show me some movement, I'm not going to do anything, because that means you don't want it bad enough. So when we move towards something or we ask for something, we want it bad enough. Okay, so definitely have to do that. All right. So move your feet. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be with? Move towards that goal. Don't just sit there. Move towards that goal. Knight of, here we got wands again. Here we go with wands, 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 and swords. Swords, swords, swords. Mercury energy all the way through. Two of wands, definitely about your future. The number two is about to bring it together or blow it apart. It's about bringing that balance in your life, but mostly bringing it together. So there is a partnership. There's something that can happen. The Knight of Wands again. The Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is ready to blow it apart. So you're going to have to move to bring whatever it is together. You're going to have to physically, speak, move, whatever it is to bring it together. Because here's the thing, strength is going to be needed. So somebody that doesn't have courage or has the confidence, this is the time to build that up. Pull your knickers up and basically get your big boots on, get your big panties on, and start moving and get it done. This is where the strength comes in. Where does your strength come from? You ask Divine for the strength. And I will tell you right now, when you don't feel like you have the strength, you don't feel like you have the energy, you're completely exhausted. If you ask for it and you're moving in a forward movement and leaving the past behind, Divine will give you all that. Been there, done that. And that's the thing, is he does do that. A lot of people don't believe that he does do that, but he does. He really, really does. All right. So believe in that you can have the world. Believe in you can have your dreams. Believe whatever it is, this is the time to dream, because these energies that we're moving into with the planets right now are through the end of the year. This is a time to really dream and build. And not only dream, but move your feet towards that. Don't make it a pipe dream where you say, I want to go to Australia. And then that's all you say is you want to go to Australia. So what I mean by moving your feet is, if you want to go to Australia, maybe it's not this year, maybe it's not next year, whatever, but you're going to go. So you make the plans. Okay, so I should see, where do I want to go in Australia? How long do I want to stay? How much money do I need? Now I need to start saving. These are the steps that Divine says. When he sees you starting to build your field of dreams, he will help you through that. But until then, it's just a pipe dream. Okay, so release the worries. Give them to Divine. Give them to him at night. Just say, you've got it. I'm going to sleep. I can't do this anymore. I'm going to sleep. You take the wheel tonight, because whatever you're standing up for and whatever you're fighting about, is this a fight worth fighting? Okay, this is a boundary issue. This is something really boundary wise. And if it is something that you're trying to get the elephant out of the room right now, and I will be talking about the elephant in the room until Mercury retrograde is gone, is that we need to get the hard stuff out now because we're headed towards some really good stuff. And in order to get the rewards of all that good stuff, we need to get the hard stuff out. It's sort of like, I hate to say it, but like vomiting all that low vibrational energy, getting rid of the negative thoughts, changing our mind process to a positive way of thinking, getting rid of toxic people, getting rid of toxic jobs, getting rid of bad habits, getting rid of addiction, changing that old self, which is not the authentic self. Maybe your parents wanted you to grow up and be an engineer and you really wanted to be, I don't know, a doctor or something, and that was in your heart. Well, maybe it's time to look at that because that doctor person or whoever is helping, maybe you can be the engineer, but maybe you can volunteer and learn about, first aid or EMTs or whatever on the side. This is the time to grow your passion within yourself, whatever that is. All right. So this is a time to bring the authentic you out, get that elephant out, because that was sort of like me when I was, for 50 years, I was just doing jobs after jobs after jobs. And yes, I had my horse business and my leather business, and that is part of my passion. But the passion inside of me is really helping people and my gifts, and I squashed them down until I said, screw it, I need to be me. I need to be what God created me to be. And finally I came out with all my gifts and shared my spirituality and everything. So yes, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, but I also believe they gave me gifts to use for good and to help. So that's why I do it. Do I do it for money? No, this is a hobby. This is something I do. This is what I'm talking about for you. It might not be something to bring you money, but whatever that burning passion inside of you is, whatever you're fighting for and you're losing sleep over because you're just not happy, dig down deep. Dig down deep what that is and allow that to come out. And maybe you need to share that with somebody you love. Now, if you're with somebody and you bring this out and that they're not happy with it, that's their issue. It's not yours. You still be yourself. And maybe that person is not the person that's supposed to be in your season right now. I hate to say that, but it's true because you know what? We put a lot of people in our lives that we shouldn't even put in our lives, and we allow it because it's comfortable or it's you didn't want to deal with it. I just don't want to deal with them. They need to be gone then. If you don't want to deal with them, then they just need to be gone. Okay. So that's your reading, Virgo. A little bit tough, but definitely a reading that so somebody is definitely going to come towards you with a message, and I think that you're caught in the middle of something. I don't know what it is, but you're definitely somebody's caught in the middle. Just know that you can make the decision based on what your spirit is telling you, what your intuition is telling you, and what is for the good, not for destructive. Because sometimes if you're not familiar with your spirit very well, or if you don't know divine's voice very well, the adversary will come in and trick you. That's why I said there's some tricking going on here, making you sort of confused. Just remember that that low vibration is going to try to come in, and sorry, it's trying to come in and try to distract you so that you don't get your words across that you need to get across. It's time to really speak for things that you need to get out in the open. This is it, guys. Get it out in the open, vomit that stuff, and then move forward. All right. I love you guys. Take care. I hope that your day is good, your week is good, and we will talk to you next week. Bye bye.